Well, I
Wow.
think the thing to notice here, and I think one of the things that we'll see manifest itself in the next couple of years, is the relationship now with the WWE.
Hmm.
Because, and I think that's what the UFC is looking to do, is they're looking to be in a situation where when they announce what is their big show, like the WWE does with WrestleMania every year, people start avoiding it. That hasn't been the case. There was a time in the UFC about 10 years ago when you didn't want to run against them on Super Bowl weekend or July 4th weekend or anything like that, because they were putting out their shows. Go back a little further. You didn't want to run against them in November against St. Pierre. You know what I mean? So they've always had, like, but it hasn't manifested itself into, like, everybody knows July 4th is UFC weekend anymore. It's not like that. They announced this year that they're bringing back the like convention that they did, or the fight convention for the week. And keep in mind, so that went away. Why did that go away? So July 4th weekend was made smaller in the past. And I think that what we're going to see is that crossover event, that, if you have UFC title fights supporting something like Ngannou versus Tyson Fury, because the UFC and WWE buy a boxing organization too. If not, you're going to get some type of distribution that's on another level, like WWE has with, with WrestleMania. And that's what they're going to shoot for, big events. They don't care really about the nurturing the fighters or the sport or determining who's the best. They care about that, making money. So that's what you're going to see from the union, is a push. Yeah, keep in mind, the WWE does a few things that the UFC already started to do, but they mimic them in many ways. One of them is cutting down how many interviews their people can do and things like that.
Okay. Okay.
But anytime that you catch a WWE person for a short soundbite or an interview and stuff, they will always fall back on, one of the cliche lines: NFL has their Super Bowl, we have WrestleMania.
WrestleMania. They
They
always go
already
to.
associate it with the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They already put it, and that's their whole media push. So you're going to get that type of, try to brainwash people into the big fight in November, the big fight or whatever month they choose.
Right.
And we'll see how the rest of it, at least that effect. They won't have to do a pro wrestling show on the same day, but who knows if they do a weekend, or who knows. That's what they're going to aim for, something majorly big.
Yeah.
Before we see any real differences.
I don't watch wrestling. Got a friend, Winters. He watches the show sometimes. What's up, Josh? He recently explained to me that there are two competing, like USA Network and TBS. I don't know which two they are, but they've diversified even on a weekly, where one has WWE SmackDown and one has WWE Raw. One's a 2-hour show, one's a 3-hour show. The longer one used to be more popular, but people got sick of the 3-hour format. So the 2-hour one is coming back, so there is a lot that goes into how they market and reach out, and to be on multiple channels like that and pay-per-view. Again, I don't watch it, but they're doing a lot of stuff right. Obviously, they've got so many deals now that they've merged with the UFC.
Where the UFC definitely took that model from the WWE, and that is, we have product, we're going to show it. If your channel doesn't show it, I'll find another channel that shows it. Very few companies, Bellator doesn't have that power, that deal. They're owned by the company that shows them. So they're not going to let them diversify and put their product on another channel. And then once you're stuck on one channel, then you hear nonsense like Bellator talking about, the TV season. And they, cram 3 shows into 3 weeks. And then the schedule falls into a black hole and the fighters don't even know when they're fighting. That's why, that's because they're owned by a TV station, and that governs their schedule.
Gotcha.
WWE and the UFC are beyond being owned by a TV station. And, that's what separates them from everybody else.
Yep.